Great ball that time, Anthony.
He didn't, but when the ball hits your hands, you're told as a receiver, you got to catch this football. And it looked like the ball went right through his hands. That should have been a catch. It looked like he was struggling to catch that football.
Yeah, you don't get it right in the lungs every time.
No. You catch with your hands, you catch with your fingertips, and right there, it looked like he was just struggling with the catch.
4th and 4. This is prime fake territory, of course. They'll snap it back there and go ahead and punt the ball. And a little dribbler that's going to roll. And it really takes a Cougar hop now that will get down to the 7-yard line. So the Ducks will start deep, but the defense holds. And the offense comes out for their 3rd possession. So the Cougars with 3 tries and no points yet for this high-powered offense.
Well, that was a nice job by the defense on that 3rd down to get off the field. I think if Tardy would have caught that football, it would have been a first down.
Wind is really picking up too. It's starting to blow out of the northwest, so it would be at Oregon's back right here, kind of a crosswind over towards the press box. There you see the flag. Hopefully that'll blow this fog right out of here and folks can warm up over on the north side today. 1st and 10 for Dixon and the Ducks now. Jeremiah Johnson with the ball. This time the Cougars do a great job in pursuit, and he'll lose 3 yards. So the Ducks go back to that play, and looks like the Cougars worked on that when they've been on the sideline.
Yeah, they got the chalkboard out on the sideline. The coach was like, this is what they're trying to do. Looked like right here, Jeremiah Johnson thought something was there, but it disappears, and that happens a lot. The hole all of a sudden appears, then it will disappear.
Good offside penetration there. Aaron Pflugrad's in the game on the far slot. Jason Williams in the near slot. Now with a 2nd down and 12, Dixon standing back at his 1-yard line. Directs things. 2 on the play clock. 1, and they barely get it off. Pressure coming, and Dixon throws it and can't quite complete it, but avoided the safety, which was amazing.
Very, very amazing. The strength of Dennis Dixon to throw this football, getting hit. He knew he had to get rid of it.
And Pflugrad had greenery if he could have caught it as well. Wow, what a play. I don't even know how he saw him there. I think he was just trying to throw the ball away. There happened to be a guy standing there.
Trying to get rid of it.
3rd and 12 now. Ducks back up. Leading the Pac-10 on 3rd down conversions. Again, down deep on the play clock. 2, 1, they get the play off. Here comes a little screen, and he doesn't deliver it. Again, looking for Pflugrad, incomplete. So he's gone to Pflugrad about 4 straight times, and they've not come up with anything there. Just couldn't get the ball out to him.
Well, and I think sometimes when you watch Dennis Dixon, he tries to make the pass too easy. You know, he needs to step in and throw that football with some authority, and he tries to lob the ball or place the ball. Go ahead and throw it. You got the arm. Go ahead and throw it.
Josh Cyree will have to punt now from deep. See if the Cougars try to come after this one. He's got a little wind in his back here. Nice breeze coming up with the flag right now. If he was able to get the ball and get it up into that jet stream. He gets it off, gets up, the wind gets behind it, and it drives the Cougars all the way back to the 33-yard line, and Bumpus working the near side. Nowhere to go, still on his feet, and he'll go down right there at the 43. So that turned out to be a great punt by Josh Cyree. 47 yards on the net, and a 59-yard punt.
Great coverage by the punt team to get down there. There was a lot of hang time on that play to get down there and cover Bumpus with a lot of air, a lot of room to run.
I was looking up at the flag before he punted it, and there was just a gust coming out of the west. The wind, believe it or not, is really becoming a factor here, as that was a career-long punt for Josh Cyree. But I think the wind's a factor now, Anthony. We didn't think weather was going to be a factor at all, but it's really blowing. Brink will hand it off. Tardy trying to break it outside. Now some speed over on the corner. Out of bounds after a loss of a couple of yards.
Well, you're trying to get outside on Patrick Chung, and that's not going to happen. The strong safety of Patrick Chung. Too good of an athlete, knowing that he has contained. At the top of your screen, you'll see Patrick Chung coming right here. Tardy tries to outrun him. can't happen against number 15. It's too fast.
Cougars are still going to the run. They keep trying it. Got to try to keep Oregon honest. They've run the ball 10 times for a total of 8 yards. They've thrown the ball 13 times for 123. Play action this time. This time plenty of time, but it breaks down. He fumbles the ball, and it's picked up by the Ducks. Jerome Boyd with his second turnover of the game, picking it up, and Oregon will have it at the 37-yard line.
That's a big break for the Oregon offense, for the defense to come in there and play like they did. Stop the play on first down, and right here, coverage. This is a coverage sack, and then Alex tries to take off. I think that was Jeremy Gibbs. No, it wasn't Gibbs on the strip.
There's Will Tukuafu.
Will does a nice, and Will's another guy, upcoming star, who's a great defensive end. Not a big guy, but he can go. Jerome Boyd, he's all over the field right now as a linebacker.
There was a little moment where you thought Boyd was going to be able to pick it up and go.
Yeah.
And 3 first-quarter turnovers by Alex Brink here at Autzen Stadium in his return. Ducks will run it on first down, and a nice cut up the middle. Stewart now breaks it out and takes it down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line, very near a first down.
I guess Washington State's going to live and die by the blitz. They're sending every linebacker almost at every play, and sooner or later that's going to hurt you. As a coach, you like to mix it up a little bit, a little blitz here, a little blitz there, but every play, you got the linebackers coming to the line of scrimmage and trying to put pressure on Dixon.
Second and just less than a yard, thrown out to the outside, and a big hole there. Look at Jeremiah Johnson, who stays on his feet inside the 20 to the 17. Boy, they just go Stewart, Johnson, Jason Williams.
Well, and when you throw the ball to Jeremiah Johnson, look at the move. Watch the quickness. Watch the footwork. I mean, just, remember 18 lost his shoe on that one. But that was just, he runs so well in open field. I mean, I haven't seen a guy like that in a long time. In open field, his vision, his quickness.
Johnson will take it again. This one right up the middle. Jeremiah Johnson into the end zone for the touchdown. 18 yards for his second score of the day.
That's that quick hitter with the guy who can explode when he sees daylight. Jeremiah Johnson, once he sees daylight, he's gone right down the middle. The blocking up front, Unger seals his guy off as the center. Jeremiah Johnson just hits the hole 100 miles an hour.
Ducks have turned out points after every Cougar turnover here in the first quarter, and the extra point is up and good. 17-0 with 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Well, that's how you capitalize on the opportunity when your defense gets the fumble. And then right here, Jeremiah Johnson, just a quick hitter. The offensive line is playing great. Mark Lewis, number 71, is playing some very good football right now. The big guard plays tackle guard, plays everything, giving some holes for the running backs.
Just showed a different gear there, didn't he, on those last 2 plays?
Explosion. I mean, this explosion. And watch right there. Right there. There's Mark Lewis sealing the guy right there. He's still sealing the guy. Jeremiah Johnson was in the end zone, and Mark Lewis was still blocking the guy on the ground.
I love that shot of the fans. We're like, okay, come on, welcome home. Come to me. And he did. 3 plays, 38 yards, 53 seconds, 18 yards for Jeremiah Johnson. His second touchdown here of the quarter. He has 58 yards on the ground on 3 carries and a couple receptions as well.
Well, that's the thing about this Oregon offense, that if Jonathan Stewart is not hurting you, Jeremiah Johnson will. You got 2 great running backs, and it's been a long time since, not a long time, but since Oregon had 2 great running backs with Ontario Smith and Maurice Morris.
That brings to memory Oregon's big game there in 2001 when Ontario set the Oregon single game record for 285 yards rushing. And Maurice Morris had 138 that day too. Lots of hitting going on. The Cougars going to have to start this time from the 19-yard line. And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. And were the Oregon Ducks ready to play football today after a 2-week layoff? And that heartbreak against Cal? Absolutely. What a quarter for the Ducks. They lead it 17-0 over Washington State. Back for the second quarter right after this. And welcome back, everyone. Oregon leads at 17-0 over Washington State as we get ready to start the second quarter here at Autzen Stadium on a dry day for football. A little chilly out there, and today's game presented by U.S. Bank. 5-star service guaranteed. Thanks to the great folks at U.S. Bank for being a title sponsor here of Oregon football today. Jeremy Gibbs likes that. Maybe he does some banking there.
Well, in college, I don't think so. They're broke.
There's no banking.
You were broke in college. I know I was.
I was broke.
I didn't have a dime.
Yeah, I remember you were driving by, Bill Mushkin and I living by. We'd scrap together some money to go down to Tracktown Pizza. That was a big deal in those days. All right, 1st and 10 here for the Cougars at the 19 for Alex Brink, who's going to throw it. A little pressure in his face, but he's got a man open and throws it too far. Ducks with a little bull rush there.
The offensive, the Cougars are going back to the tight ends, trying to hit the tight ends down the seam. And I think it was a missed coverage because he's wide open.
He was there, fishnecked.
Devin's a big target to hit, too. 6'5", 6'6".
I don't know how they fit all the letters on his back. 2nd down and 10. They'll look to run it here. McCall with it, and he gets buried under, and it just doesn't look at all like they're going to be able to run the football, Anthony. They've had one play that's been positive running the football.
Well, yeah, but they're going to keep trying to run the football, and you have to try to do some kind of running game to open up the passing. But Oregon is very quick off the line. The defensive lineman's back getting penetration. Then you see the linebackers in that second level hitting those running backs.
Big 3rd down here for the Cougars. They don't want their defense to have to go right back out there. 3rd and 9. Wind and Alex Brink's back. Lights are on now at Autzen. Here comes the blitz. A lot of guys are coming. He stands out and delivers it incomplete, and that one is there for the receiver to catch and not able to bring it in over there on the far side. Anderson needs to make that catch, Anthony. Now he puts his defense right back out there.
Well, yeah, that was a catch that hit the receiver's hands. That was a hard ball thrown by Alex Brink. Matter of fact, that was a very nice ball thrown by Alex. Standing in the pocket, knowing that you're about to get hit and deliver a bullet to the sideline. Should have been a 1st down if he would have caught the football.
Here's that little dribbler again, and it's Aaron Pflugrad back. He makes the catch, breaks one tackle, and then will go down at the 43-yard line. By grabbing it, he probably saved a good 20 yards, but it's also, the risk goes up on something like that. But the young man from Shelton High School giving the Ducks good field position here at the 43 to start things out. Hey fans, if you want to go to the Civil War game, well, and you don't have tickets, here's a good way to maybe come up with a couple. Dairy Mart and Pepsi are teaming up to send you to that game on December 1st. The winner gets the tickets, parking, post-game hospitality, great duck gear. Head to your local Dairy Mart and sign up today. Here's Dixon on 1st down. A little quick throw to the outside is caught by Ed Dixon, who dives forward for a 1st down into Washington State territory.
They're becoming a little combination, Dixon to Dixon. I hear that they play a little basketball together. They like to hang out together. So now it's a little bit of combination is looking to the tight end. Dennis Dixon will make him famous, number 83, by throwing him the rock, because he's going to catch it, number 83, Ed Dixon.
Well, Ed's really emerging, Anthony, no question about that. He's a preferred receiver. He's only a sophomore. He's from Bellflower.
Yeah, only a sophomore. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be a good one.
That's him in motion right there. Dixon going to roll this time. Now he'll cut it off and look to run. He's getting behind the offensive lineman. He'll go down on a 5-yard loss.
I think he ran into his own man, Dennis Dixon did. If his man wasn't there, he had some room to run the football, to a little scramble. Looks like it's going to be a little quick pass right here. There's nothing there. Takes off the run. It happens. Your linemen are blocking. That's Max Unger, the center, trying to block somebody.
I think he wanted to roll left, but Mattingly rushed upfield. Here come the Cougars all the way up front. It's a jailbreak out to Garen Strong, and just too slow developing, and they'll lose another yard. So 3rd and long coming up.
Again, watching all those white jerseys just flow through the yellow jerseys on the blitz. There's too many guys to block. They're coming right after him. Chip Kelly has to find a good call for this blitz.
Well, they were all coming. That was like when they blew the horn at when you're out picking strawberries when you're a kid.
They were coming.
Run to the bus like that. Get out of those strawberry fields. 3rd and 14. See if the Ducks can move the chains here. They'll blitz again. They throw the screen again. Now they're looking for it to be blocked. Free grab to the 45. It'll be 4th and 9 coming up.
Well, now they're playing field position. So up to Cyree to get this ball pinned back, get it out of bounds on maybe the 10-yard line, 5-yard line. It's a game at field position now.
Thing is, Anthony, they know they're blitzing every down. So the play calls are, of course, into blitzes, and that's what they're doing.
Well, yeah, you're right. And I think at the halftime, they have to look at some adjustments. They have to look at where they're coming from on the blitzes. I don't think they know that right now of all the spots that the Washington State, the holes or gaps they're filling on the blitzes.
The other part is that Oregon, the offensive line and the tight ends and the running backs have done a good job picking up the blitzes.
Yeah.
This one's going to come down right at the 5 and roll, and it's going to work out great for Oregon. Derek Jones grabs it right at the 3-yard line. So Alex Brink's not going to have a lot of room to work back there with 11:33 to go here in the second quarter. Oregon leads it by a score of 17-0 here at Autzen. 17-0 here with 11:33. Joe Giansanti along with my pal Anthony Newman on what turned into a chilly, windy day here at Autzen Stadium so far. It could change back just like that.
Yeah.
If you've ever lived in Oregon, you know what I'm talking about. Comcast trivia question today. Which Pac-10 team have the Ducks most often faced in a homecoming matchup? Today is homecoming. Remember in the old days, you always picked the game you always thought you could win in homecoming. Remember that when you're in high school?
Yeah.
It was when you played the team with only 6 students, and okay, they're the homecoming team.
Homecoming.
You didn't want to ruin the dance, right?
That's true. That's true. You're right.
Cougars start from the 3. They'll hand it off up the middle, and nothing doing. 2nd down and 10.
Well, I think that's tough in the Pac-10 to pick who you're going to beat on homecoming because there are so many good football teams in the Pac-10. You might think, oh, we'll beat Stanford. Well, look at USC.
Yeah,
I think
a little different.
that was their homecoming. They got beat on the homecoming.
It's different in college, right? When you're in high school, the big deal, you get in the back of the convertible Mustang and run around the track with the homecoming princess. It's a little different in college. Second and 9. Brink in his own end zone, and he's hit. And is he out of the end zone or not? I think he got back across the goal line. No, they say it's a safety. A safety for the Oregon defense. It took him a while to call it, but the defense picks up a deuce.
Well, that's that defensive line of Nick Reed. Nick Reed comes off that corner so fast. Alex Brink is a strong young man. He almost got out of the grasp of Nick Reed, but Nick Reed was strong enough, and then the big Cole Linehan comes over there and says, I don't think so. He couldn't bring the ball forward. I think Linehan had his arm, so Alex Brink couldn't reach the ball forward to get out of the end zone.
It is a reviewable play, and again, in college football, every play gets reviewed by the replay officials, so it's something they can review to see whether or not he got it out of the end zone. So let's take another look at it here, Anthony, to see. I think you're right. I think the ball got stuck down by his hip.
It got stuck down by his hip. Right here, Cole Linehan grabs the football. He's holding on to the football. Alex can't get it across the line. Okay, the ball's stuck back here somewhere. He can't get across the line.
And if you're wondering about the line, it's the front of the line.
Yes.
The field and not the end zone part. So the goal line, really, it's not the big, 6 inches of white. It's the first part of the goal line on the field. Has to get into the green of the grass or the field turf on the way out into the field. So if the ball came down on the white line, it's still a safety.
And really, he almost lost that football.
That's right.
The ball was coming out, and he had to grab the football. Then he couldn't get it forward.
Now, Bill Doba can challenge it if he's not comfortable or doesn't feel like that they looked at it long enough, but all the coaches also know that they are looking at it. Here's a look from the end zone. Maybe give a better look at the ball here, Anthony.
It's a nice job by Nick Reedy getting in there, but there's a football, and you can't see it. Too many big bodies. Those are some big bodies right there covering that little football.
So the Cougars will kick off from their 20. They punt it. It's a good punt. Pflugrad takes it to the 15-yard line and heads upfield and has a little bit of room across the 35 to the 37-yard line. And that actually turned out really well for Washington State because it was a heck of a punt.
Sure was.
But great field position for Oregon after the safety, leading 19-0.
As well, that was a good run back or kickoff return back by Aaron Pflugrad. And I wonder about Aaron Pflugrad, the freshman in there. His dad, Robin, is his coach, the receiver coach. And then how would that be in college? That happens in high school, but it doesn't happen in college that often.
Here's Dixon on 1st and 10. Again, a little screen. Jason Williams. More blockers down the field this time. Here's Williams with a first down near the 50. Well, you know what that's like, Anthony, as a dad. I know you had a son playing today, so you know what that's like.
Yeah.
I think your son's handsome enough that one of these days he's going to be the homecoming king. Your daughter's going to be the homecoming queen. In homecoming, well, how about Washington State? That's our Comcast trivia question. 16 times the Ducks have picked Washington State to be the homecoming opponent. Call 1-800-COMCAST today. 100% all digital, picture and sound. That's Johnson going in motion. They'll give it to him on the pitch. Johnson with a little burst and gets clipped, and he's down. And Johnson is down, and that didn't look good.
No, it didn't look good, and I think his leg, his ankle, is not in a good situation.
It's right in his knee. That's going to be it. That's right on the knee. And you just hear the groan from the crowd, like not another injury here today. That's just right in the knee. Colvin is out with an ankle already. They're moving it a little bit, and of course this would be a.
This will be a blow.
They're all
huge. They're all huge. But this is the blow where you got the 1-2 punch of Stewart and Johnson in the back there. And when Stewart is tired, you have Jeremiah Johnson coming in there. And right here, doesn't get that leg up. And that's the thing about this turf. You know, the turf, it's field turf. It's still turf. It's not grass. And your foot is caught in that turf and you can't get it up off the ground, your foot's going to get stuck.
There was a period there where it looked like he was going to get through that.
Yeah.
Try to turn on that burst and maybe get through it. They get him up off his feet. I always, like to look and see if they put any weight on him. It didn't look like he put any weight at all as they're carrying him off the field. And he has 2 touchdowns today, but nobody's going to really be too worried about the touchdowns after finding out about the injury. And you always look for that burst. He certainly has it.
He has the burst. And, you talk about football, you talk about a contact sport, you talk about guys running touchdowns and doing all, but yet there's injuries in the football game, and that's part of the game. But sometimes they come in waves, and right now they're coming in waves for Oregon.
Check back in with Johnson here in a second as Oregon runs a second down play. Stewart with a flag down. They're going to call a holding on Garen Strong. Threw it all the way back at the 48-yard line. They may move that flag because I don't think Garen Strong was ever at the 48-yard line. That's behind the line of scrimmage. Not disputing the holding, but there's no way it happened at the the 48.
Holding, number 4 on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat second down.
Looking at the Oregon receivers, they're so big and tall. They're 6'5". Garen Strong is 6'4", and they're blocking little corners. And sometimes it looks like, with their long arms, they're holding, they're grabbing on. It's just a mismatch between the little corners of Washington State and the big receivers of Oregon.
19-0, but not without a little bit of angst for this crowd as Cameron Colvin is left with an ankle injury and Jeremiah Johnson is being looked at on the far side. We'll check in with him just a second after this play here. Second down and 15 for the Ducks. They'll run a little option. Dixon's going to keep it, makes a move, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 coming up.
That was a nice little fake that Dixon, that's the 3rd time they ran it, and that time Dixon said, I'll keep it this time. And the whole Cougar defense went to the pitch man.
Ducks are quick to the line of scrimmage here. They called 2 plays in the huddle. Now 1 third down quick. Here comes the blitz. Again, that little drop off. Here's Jason Williams right at the first down. He jumps over a man and has more. Williams inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
When you look at this football team, there's somebody that's always emerging as a superstar. Just before he got hurt, it's Jeremiah Johnson. Guys getting hurt on the receiver core. Now Jason Williams, the big receiver, big guy, knocking people off, hard to bring down. Now he's starting to shine a little bit. That's the type of attitude you want the receiver to say. Give me the football.
56 yards so far for Jeremiah Johnson. They'll hand the ball off to Stewart. Stewart over to the corner, and he'll pick up maybe 3 yards, and he's right over there by his friend Jeremiah Johnson, and they're looking at his knee. Going to put some wrap around, and I'm wondering whether or not there's it's possible that it's a muscle, that attachment on the muscle rather than, the inside type ligament things, or they just want to make sure that they don't move it. They got the ice on there. Going to put the ice there.
It might not be as bad as you think, looking at that.
You never know.
But you just don't know with their knees.
Dixon, plenty of time, throws it to the outside, and Garen Strong just couldn't get turned around in time. Second down turns into 3rd and 7.
Well, Garen Strong should have turned around quick, and right here, you're the receiver. You got to catch the football. Missed opportunity right there.
We do know that Colvin is out for the game. They've taken him away, and we have a report that he's out for the game, which was pretty evident by how the injury looked. Ducks now with 217 total yards, 8:51, leading it 19-0. Second quarter. Blitz coming again to the outside. Derek Jones makes a nice catch for the first down. I mean, that ball was on him as soon as he turned.
That was a great throw. When they talk about a timing route, you see Jeremiah Johnson going to the x-ray room. But Derek Jones, he's another guy that has all the potential to be a great receiver. And I think you got to feed him the football, let him use his speed and his ability to give those defensive backs some fits.
Ducks are quick on the ball again. Another blitz coming. They can run that same play. This time Derek Jones gets blasted. The defensive backs are being blocked. It's the flow back from the linemen on the blitz that are making every play on that.
Well, what's happening, looks like the linemen, the defensive linemen are not blitzing as hard. And there goes Jeremiah Johnson telling everybody he's going to be okay. I think he's in good spirits. I really do. I think this might just go back, take a look at it, get some ice on it. We got a long season to play. That's what he's telling everyone.
Second down and long. Here come the Cougars again. Dixon's going to roll this time, and he might be able to think about running it. Now he's going back the other way. He might need a block. Oh my goodness, Dixon's running around a schoolyard, running away from all the little girls on the schoolyard.
Oh, Dixon, right there, you want Dixon just to run to the sideline. I mean, I don't think there's a linebacker who can run with Dennis Dixon, and he had a shot to get to the sideline. Go to the sideline. He's trying to make something happen. Nice little scramble. And you see right here, right there, go to the sideline. Just go to it.
Back when you're in 3rd grade, remember you didn't want any girl that ever touches you running away from them. 3rd down and 10 here for Dixon. This time they're not blitzing. He'll stand back there and look for a receiver. Now he's going to run it. Now he drops it off to Stewart, who's near the end zone. They'll mark him down at the 1. And Dixon got it off just before he got to the line of scrimmage.
Oh, talk about the game of inches. That was close right there, and that's how Dixon can hurt you, because you think you're going to run, so you come off coverage as a defensive back, you come to the field, and all of a sudden, no, he throws the football.
It's just schoolyard stuff, Anthony.
Yeah.
How about that? The Cougars have blitzed on about 15 consecutive plays, and then that time they decided not to. Ducks are lined up, and I think Washington State's going to use a timeout to get set defensively. They are going to use it. 7:21 to go here in the second quarter, and they'll use that timeout. And it will give us a chance to take a quick timeout here as well. We'll be back with the Ducks on the 1-yard line with 7:21 to go here in the second quarter. Welcome back, everyone. 19-0. The Ducks are on the 1-yard line with 7:21 to go in the second quarter. First and goal. Jonathan Stewart in the backfield. See if they just try to power it, Anthony. Out of the shotgun goes Dixon. They'll run everybody up the middle. Here's Stewart. He gets hammered right at the goal line. What a collision as he takes it to the 6-inch line.
That's the first time I've seen Stewart take a shot like that. And that was a shot, but I guarantee you Stewart's saying, do it again.
He's right back on it, too. AT&T sound of the game. Dixon on the sneak. Does he get across? No signal yet. It looked like he might be laying over the line right now. Touchdown, Dennis Dixon gets the payoff. Set up by a couple of big plays by Derek Jones and Jason Williams, Jonathan Stewart. And Oregon leads it 25-0.
Big offensive line, just duck your head and get in there. You have a yard to go. He just laying forward, just laying down and lay forward. You should get over the end zone.
Matt Evenson on to kick the extra point. Brady Leaf in the hole here for Oregon. Kick is down, it's up, it's good. 26-0 now with 6:52 to go here in the first half. And boy, you could, I think leading up to this game, Anthony, all week long, you could feel no matter who Oregon was going to play today, you know, losing a game like they did 2 weeks ago, that it was a little bit like a Mount St. Helens. I mean, you're going to blow. You know, it's that whole thing was all that pressure, all that energy of the week built up, and now here they are, 25-26 now to nothing.
Well, it's like a tiger in the cage, and you're dangling the rabbit, and the tiger can't get out. Finally, you open that cage, and there it goes. So, you know, Oregon's been waiting to play, and you know, they had a great week of practice, a couple weeks of practice. Right now, I think the only concern is the injuries.
Carl's Jr. scoring drive, 12 plays, 63 yards, 3:52 to go here in the on that Carl's Jr. scoring drive. And here's a look at Dixon the last 2 years just to compare where he was. And, you know, he started out great last year, too.
Yes,
it was just the end of the season where he fell off. But yards per play are way up. Percentage is way up. Decision-making is way up.
Yeah, that's being a smarter football player. That's experience. That's all that is. He understands the situation. He's been in that situation, and guys get better with playing time. It's the bottom line.
Matt Evenson to kick it off here again. 26-0. Remember, Oregon will get the ball to start the second half. Evenson will send a line drive, and it's going to come down right there. 10-yard line. Anderson on the far side, still going. And he'll take it out of bounds at the 27. So he ran 60 yards for 17.
18 yards on the return. Cougars will have the ball first down.
Hey, fans, don't miss Oregon soccer next Friday. Arizona State
USC 10.
will be at Pape Field as Oregon soccer off to a good start this year. They're down south with a big game today against UCLA. They suffered kind of a heartbreaker against USC yesterday. Soccer, Friday, October 19th, 7 p.m. under the lights. Here's Britt now. He sets out, and he's going to take one deep. Ducks trying to get out in front to make the interception, some contact, but no flag is down.
Well, yeah, that Washington State coaches are yelling at the official. That was close to pass interference. And Alex Brink, he sits back and throws this ball a mile, but Jared Spurr almost climbs the back. It's pretty close. Got to be careful with that.
There's a buzz in the stadium about what Oregon has done so far, but there's also that part where you're thinking about Cameron Colvin and Jeremiah Johnson. You know, you can't just like not think about that.
You're right.
Hoping for the best for both of those two, both with leg injuries, as Tardy carries for 9 yards. We know Colvin's out for the game. Jeremiah Johnson being looked at right now.
The ball carrier brought down by John Bacon, knocked down by Patrick Chung.
And this is when other guys, you know, guys like Andre Crenshaw.
Down one.
Yeah.
And some of the other guys have to step up
in,
a little bit.
And Andre Crenshaw, the third-string running back for the Ducks, is a very good young running back. So he's had a lot of playing time.
3rd and a yard. This see if they try to run it here on 3rd and a yard. They'll hand it off and looking for some room. I don't know that he got there.
I don't think he's a yard short. He's a yard short.
At least a yard short, and lucky didn't lose 3 yards on it. 4th down.
They got to punt this ball. If they don't punt this ball, they'll be silly. This is field position. You can't give Oregon good field position when you're down 26-0.
Dwight Tardy has 8 carries for 15 yards. One of those is a 9-yarder. So a quick 3 and out for the Cougars, and Oregon's going to get the ball again. If they decide to go ahead and punt it. Blue Grad standing at his 23-yard line. Reed Forrest, a little runner, hits the ground, and Blue Grad picks it up. Start at the 20.
Yeah.
Tough one to handle. Blue Grad does it. We'll take a quick break here with 5:08 to go in the first half. Interesting day once again in college football. We'll talk about it in just a second as Dixon throws it to the outside. And a tough catch is made there, but not for much by Malachi Lewis. The point that I was talking about, Anthony, is that in the second